Welcome back to Alma, Missouri, everybody. Episode 18, the last episode in the series, the last episode of Farm Sim 22. Real exciting. We're going to get on 25. I guess this will air on the Sunday and it releases on the Tuesday. Our horses have grown up. They're coming along very nicely. We topped them up. They should be plenty good, as well as our cattle. Our cattle health are having they ain't doing the best, so I don't know if that's like only works with total mixed ration or what the deal is there, but they haven't reproduced yet, so we'll just let them keep growing. Horses likewise. We do want to get these sold before the end of this episode. We have the Horseman mod on there, so it's doing the fitness and the cleaning for us. But we got a lot to do on this episode. We got to get that corn planted. Oh, also I went ahead and I should have said this right away. We did all the sales off camera. I sold the duck eggs. I sold the ducks as well, so they're not over there anymore. So we don't have that responsibility. And then I went ahead and did the sales. We sold the sorghum, the wheat, and all the bales, and of course the rye. And that gave us roughly $649,000. So now we're up to $792,000. A lot of money. So we need to actually buy another tractor since we actually can afford it now. Let's go large, of course, and something that would be great that we can plant with, because our planter is going to require 350 horse. I was almost thinking about getting that big bud, like this guy. I've never used it yet on a playthrough. Maybe we should. 1100 horsepower there. This would be cool too. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of articulation, but I think I should do the big bud. I've never used this yet. I've used this one on the Ohio Richlands playthrough, but I haven't used the insanely big one. Probably going to be kind of hard to get it over there in the fields. $418,000. That's a good way to spend some money, but again, it's our last episode. Let's enjoy this. We'll grab that. Wow, look at that thing. Huge. Huge. So we kind of got to go in people's yards here to get around all this. I think the traffic could get a little more off to the side than what they are. This is ridiculous. But yeah, we have a lot to do in this episode because we have to get like I said, our corn planted. We're probably not going to worry about doing any of the spraying or the corn. We actually forgot to do it for our canola. There's all kinds of weeds there. Forgot to do that. But I was even debating not even harvesting that, but I think we will do kind of just a super cut or a bunch of time lapses to get to that point, because we got to the last thing I really wanted to accomplish in this playthrough was to try that corn dryer. We have to purchase that too. It's probably going to cost a little bit of money. Should have enough to do it. But I wanted to try that out. We'll have to just sell it right away as whatever it's worth. Same with the canola. Instead of putting it into the bin, we'll just sell it all right away. Alright, we have arrived. We should be able to get into our yard. This is insane. I think we might have to top up our planter with some seed or fertilizer. We'll have to check. Definitely can't wait for Farm Sim 25 with a ground deformation. It's going to make it quite interesting. Yeah, we got to do both. Gives it kind of a new personality. Let's see, we got to remove the cover. Or were we out? No, plenty there. And then we'll get some fertilizer, liquid fertilizer. Is it empty? We might be empty. No, there's 4% in there. It's kind of, a trigger. Of course, we're banging up our auger here. Get it out of the way. Ain't gonna be using it anymore. Alright, excellent. Let's head on over. We'll get this planting started. Again, we do have the direct drill, which is awesome. Make this way easier. Let's see, we need corn. There we go. Like I said, I think what we're going to do on Farm Sim 25, we kind of just got, you know, started with this playthrough. I would have liked to have saw it go a little bit longer, but nonetheless, we do need to move on because the new game is out and everybody's going to be checking that out, so we might as well get over there as soon as possible. But I think what I want to do on 25 is do a good series like this. I can start out with a bunch of money again, maybe even a little bit more, and then start, you know, get a big farm going. Because I really did enjoy this. We were just kind of starting to get things moving here, and we kind of got to wrap up. Kind of unfortunate, but like I said, it is what it is. We just have to continue, and then we'll get to experience 25 and all the new things that they added, and then we'll do a series like this again. I think would be great. All right, I'm gonna crack on here, and then we'll see you in a few minutes. Oh, right. That is planted. Another thing that will be nice about Farm Sim 25 and a playthrough like this, we'll be able to start workers on multiple fields. So I'm real interested to do that without having to babysit them. It'll make a bigger playthrough a lot easier. Be more kind of management. Alright, we'll get this parked and then we'll advance to... I guess we'll just go right to the canola picking. Again, we're going to skip doing the weed spraying, which will cut into our yield. But again, we have a lot to do in this episode. Okay, so let's see. Grain cart. We'll take the other tractor here with the grain cart. This big bud was pretty cool. Definitely a lot of power. I guess we'll just get this ready. And then we'll grab the truck. And again, we'll go ahead and load up our truck. And I think what we'll do is just sell our canola right away while things are progressing here. Bunch of weeds! It is what it is. Unfortunately. Yeah, our yield will be cut down a little bit there. Alright, let's advance to, I guess we're gonna have to go all the way to July. Alright, here we are in July. Canola is ready to harvest. We'll see what kind of a yield we get. Well, I guess we'll be selling it as we go. Probably fill the trucks, well, yeah, both trailers up. I guess we really won't get a full total yield. Oh man, I gotta actually go around. Let's just cut through this way. Just gotta hoping on Farm Sim 25 that they were gonna improve the rock picking mechanic, but doesn't look like that's gonna happen, unfortunately. It should be a little more sporadic, and then you just pick up the spots in the field, but they just have it go down as a, well, I guess a layer, and then you gotta go over the whole field, which is kind of annoying. Alright, let's check our yield here quick. It was at 80. Did it go down more? 80. No, I guess it's the same. It must just impact the yield when we pick. I don't know how that works. Ain't that much of an expert here. Alright, excellent. We are off. And the canola does take a little bit more to fill up, so it'll take us, we'll get a lot more of the field done before we have to unload, which should be quite helpful. Probably actually get it all on our bin there, so we might actually not have to bring the truck down. And then we'll just dump it in the truck and then sell it like that. Alright, I'm gonna get cracking here, and then we will finish this, and then we'll get to that corn harvest. And then again, we'll finish up selling our cattle on this episode. It looks like it all should fit on our trailer here. Trying to think, let's see when this is gonna sell. The canola? It's supposed to sell in November. We're in July. Lowest price. We could probably wait a couple months since our corn won't be ready until October. We should sell it in October, maybe. That's not a bad idea. Then we can get a higher price. We'll get it loaded onto the truck. It looks like a grain selling point is where it'll be. Perfect, we got it all loaded up. Let's send that up there on a worker. I think if we go right here, it should work. Maybe, yes. I've also been thinking that when we get to the corn, I think what we're going to do is rent another harvester. And we'll run 2 of them. And then we could use our cart to, well, just relieve both of them back and forth. Suppose we can get the corn header on this guy. Could probably take it over there right away too. Maybe we should rent a different brand. Maybe we'll do the ideal one or something. I'll have to look at that. Bigger the better. Although it shouldn't take us too long, but like I said, we get 2 of them going. It should help out tremendously. Then we got to get this to the corn dryer, and then we'll have to get our livestock sold. And we'll just park this right here. Good enough. Oops, they hit here. If we have to back up, we'll back up. Look at that. It's almost perfect. 97%. 68. I can't remember what our total was for... But we're obviously going to have to back it up. Hopefully it all fits. I guess that was it. 98%. Excellent! We'll get this ready to go. And we'll go to October. And then we'll sell this first thing. And we'll have to rent another harvester. Suppose we can run this to the field too here. So it's ready to go. Okay. Let's take a nap, and to October we'll go. Okay, we have arrived. We make that corner, look at that. That trailer is long. Oh man. We got her. Let's see, I don't think there was any in the front, it was just the back. So we shall switch it. Here we go. Alright, let's see what we get here. I think what we might end up doing, I was going to rent that harvester, but maybe we'll just buy one. We got enough money anyway, and it's not going to be used for anything else, so... We could probably just go ahead and purchase one. Okay, what is our total there for canola? Canola was... 134,347, and then the MISC is actually our crop bonus, environmental score, if you will. So I think what we'll do is, let's just go all the way around. We'll send this back on a worker, and then I think we're going to do some shopping. We got enough money, but we do have to buy that. Maybe we should do that first, so then we ain't overspending. That corn dryer, we have to purchase that, I believe, and then we'll bring it down here right away too. Alright, let's see here. Let's send this back, or we'll have to send this to the field actually. I think right on this side road would be perfect if they can make it. Hopefully. Alright. Okay, this is the corn dryer, if I'm not mistaken. Buy corn dryer for $100,000. Yes, we're gonna give this a shot. Again, I'm not sure how this works. Let's go to the productions. Corn dryer. We'll shut that off. So we need some propane. This is the offloading spot, I think. Where is the actual buying for the propane? There's a methane cell station. Propane. Alright, let's check the containers, because if we have to purchase the propane, we gotta figure out where that is. Maybe we can't even do this. Okay, this lizard container holds propane. I think what we'll do is we're gonna rent this trailer. We'll get back down here on the semi, and then we'll figure out where that fill point is. I'm thinking it might be right over here at the gas station. Yeah, there's a propane thing right here. This might be the spot. We'll just unhook this right here. And we'll go see what we could do with that propane. The good thing we do this first before we buy another harvester, because we don't want to extend over too far on our budget. There's propane tanks all over, but like I said, I don't see... It has to be that spot down there. Guess we'll find out soon enough. It's a drop point here. It might actually fill up our semi with gas first, but we'll see what happens. Refill. There we go. Propane. How much is this going to cost? That's the other thing. I don't know how much we need. We'll take it all, I guess. Because I only want to do this once. It's going to be a lot of money, it looks like. Maybe we don't need all that much. At least we get to try one new mechanic here before we end the series. Must be really profitable. Drying corn. Here we go. Almost 100,000 worth of propane. That is nuts. Let's see how much it actually needs. Kind of thinking once we get over there, and if we have excess, we'll try to go back and sell it. You might be able to. I'm not absolutely sure on that. Let's see. I think we got to fill up at the drop over here. Let's see what happens. There we go. Propane. And, oh, 50,000. We have... Actually, I should take it all. I think. Yes, indeedy. Took it all. Plenty of room. Hopefully it won't need any more, but... Again, we will see how it goes. I suppose we can return this tanker. And then we'll send this back on a worker to our trailers. Somewhere down here would be great. Perfect. Now, we need a new harvester. What can we afford? Let's look at the headers first. Corn headers, and we want big. 9, 12, 10. Might go for this 12, and then if we could use... We actually gonna have to rent this too, because there's not enough money to even buy this. That's crazy. So I think what we'll end up doing... I think we're gonna rent the Fent here. Let's do that. We'll lease that. And then we'll go back and get the header. We'll lease this as well. I suppose we could make it black. Alright, excellent. This should get everything rolling pretty good. Running 2 at once. Shouldn't take no time at all. And then we'll just run the grain cart back and forth. And we put these off on workers. Should be fairly easy. Like I'll run this back on a worker while we get started on the headland. Let me save this quick in case it has issues. Alright, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to handle driving over there, so I'll just take this over. And then we'll get the headland started. And then we'll put the other one off as well. And like I said, we'll get a nice work mode going here. Look at these lights. They're actually the brighter LED ones, I think. Okay, we finally made it. Just got to get everything unfolded here. Looking good. And it's gonna hold a lot, so we can easily not have to worry about unloading so quickly. Ooh, that's interesting. It's like digging in the ground too much. Can we raise it? Okay, let's go the other way. This must not be the right header for this combine. It's digging right into the ground. So unfortunately we did have to switch the header on this. The other header, for whatever reason, was digging into the ground, even though it should have worked with our combinations page. But let's go ahead and get this returned. We no longer need this stuff. And the header. It helped out. It was a lot, for sure, to pick here. And we just got a little bit left here. We might as well take over. I did start the corn dryer, so that is running as we speak. And there we go. That is done. Just get the last little bit. I suppose what we could do instead of putting that, because that's empty, we'll just put this directly into our semi. Should all fit easily. Indeedy. There we go. I think we'll just leave this on the field. We'll head back down to the corn dryer. Dump this last little bit in, and we'll leave the semi at the corn drying area, because I'm sure we got to load it back up and then run it to the sell point. So between that and then we'll watch the livestock. Doesn't seem like we're gaining much more value on our cows, so we may just go ahead and sell those right away. We'll see. Dried corn 2,000, so actually might take a little while. Corn. Yeah, let me see where the dried corn is going to go. That's probably going to be the grain mill sell point. Grain mill or grain sell point. Popcorn factory too. That might be interesting. We obviously can't do the train because we're having issues with that. Alright, excellent. We'll just shut her off. Take a look at our cattle, how they're doing. So yeah, they're not really reproducing. The health hasn't been that great. I don't know if it must be the mixed ration, but you'd think we'd have some decent health here with the silage and the hay, but it's not there. We do have some slurry. That's interesting. So if we were to sell the slurry, we get, you know, it's a little something there. And of course our horses are gaining value. I'm going to restrict the automatic reproduction on the horses so they don't reproduce, so we could just sell them in one load. Okay, let's go ahead and advance and we'll see where we are for the corn drying. Here we are in November. Still got a little bit more corn to do, but we did dry 56,000. Propane should last us. And our livestock, we really haven't been gaining much value on our beef cows. 442. Let's advance one more day and see where that is at. So it is going up a little bit. That helped. How's our corn drying doing? A little bit more. When will that sell for a good price? Maybe we're going to get lucky here. Yeah, January. Might get a good profit out of that dry corn. Alright, here we are in January. It's snowing. Let's see, the corn drying should be... That's a good price, ain't it? 3. Well, we can't go to the train. It's going to have to be the grain sell point. And it is pretty much done. So we'll take care of that. 152. Ooh, look at that. 548,000 we're supposed to get. Well, that was if we could get it on the train, which we can't. But that is a good... Man, if this series would have continued, we definitely would have did more of that. Looks like our cows ain't gaining too much more value, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and get this loaded up so we can get it sold. Let's see, dried corn. Does it look any different? Still kind of looks the same, doesn't it? Fills up pretty quick, a lot faster than that auger. How did we do on the propane? Yeah, there was definitely plenty there. That would have lasted for quite a while. And it's all done, so we just got to get this last little bit here. And we'll go to the front. Alright, let's get this sold. And we'll watch the bank account roll in. First little bit, look how quickly that fills up. It's definitely the way to make money. We should have probably started this sooner, like... We definitely would have kept doing this in the series, that's for sure. 65,000, we'll obviously get the rest on here. Which would only make sense because we should get in the same amount we put out. Or what we put in is what we should at least get out of it, right? Let's get this sold and then we'll see what the total was. And I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to advance a little bit to get rid of the snow. And then we'll go ahead and sell our cattle, and that will be the end of this episode and series. This is really good money. This is insane how good this is. We definitely would have had to have done more of this for sure. Alright, and the last little bit here. 4,000. And bam! Alright, what was our total then? 431,000. And then we had a bonus of 37 environmental. That's insane. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is take a nap, get rid of the snow. It might be a month or two, it's fine. So we can actually sell our livestock decently here. We had to go all the way to April just to get rid of the snow. It's fine. We got clear roads to do our sale for our beef cows. They did grow up quite well on us. I was hoping for a little bit more profit, and I think we would have got it had we used total mixed rations, so I guess it's kind of important that you do that. I do prefer the silage though, it makes it just quicker and easier, but apparently it's not worth a lot to do it that way. So let's take a look at the cows before we load them up here. Couple limousines. They grew up very nice. We bought them as calves. There's our bull. Oh, I guess they all kind of look like a bull, don't they? And here they are. Had this series continued, we would have let them reproduce, and we would have got the offspring and kept making money that way. Alright, there they are in the trailer. Looking good, guys. But we never did sell that mixing wagon either. That's quite alright. We'll put this on a worker, send it down to the sell point while we get the horses loaded up. I gotta grab the pickup truck. And we'll get our 2 horses loaded up. And then we'll head back down to the point there. Try to get it on this road. I don't know if they're gonna be able to... Yeah, they're not gonna make that corner. That's fine. We'll just go straight here then. And like I said, we will grab the pickup truck with our horse trailer. We'll probably beat the... actually the semi is going to go pretty quick. It's a nice horse trailer. Almost feels like it should have been able to hold more than 2 in it, but it is what it was. Where's our horse? Should we take it for a little ride? We never did do that yet. Hopefully the horses are a little bit better in 25. It's kind of weird to get them going here. Alright, Todd and Milo. On the trailer you go. Looks like they're all set. Okay, there's our cattle trailer. Blocking the road. Looks like they stopped at a restaurant. That's fine, we'll do the horses first here. Remember we bought them as ponies? And we are going to get, well, 3,200 for Todd, which is the male, right? I think that's the male. I don't know why I'm not seeing reproduction. Yeah, because reproduction. So we're going to get a little bit more for the male. That's interesting. Sell. Yes. And then Milo. Now, it would have been kind of interesting to get more of that operation going. And had this continued, we might have slowed down on the fields a little bit and gotten them filled up. And now for the beef cows that we raised from calves. It looks like this trailer does not unfold. Alright. There goes our mail. Yeah, they're not really worth that much, and I think it was because, like I said, we needed to do TMR. And then we would have got a lot more for them. So yeah, that's kind of not that good. Let's be honest. Alright, so the total was... sold animals, 12,518. Yeah, nothing to really write home about, unfortunately. Okay, so we're going to leave it there for the episode and the series. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, it is Sunday, and we're going to have Farm Sim 25 being released on Tuesday. I'm going to try to get an episode out. We're going to start on Hutan Pentai. I might just call it Welcome to Farm Sim 25 when we get to it, so we don't have to say that goofy name. And it's been nice. We'll see you guys over there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go down to the local restaurant.